I need a shirt.
Ivan's self-conscious.
Oh, he's going to grab a shirt. Okay, guys. Back. We're doing something special in this video. We're going to do our picks for the Eddie, which is going to run potentially tomorrow or the day after. Actually, I think they'll run Monday. And so we're going to do who I think is going to win, Ivan thinks is going to win, Zord thinks is going to win, and then I think that these will be our picks even if it doesn't run on Monday and it runs later in the year. We'll still have this video for our picks. And Betonline actually has odds. Train Passing has odds live on their site, so guys can pick if you guys have accounts or want to make accounts and place actual bets. They have the odds on their site. So Ivan, you go first. Top three for first, second, third in the Eddie.
Are we all gonna say
John.
John.
Koa, Rothman, Mason Ho.
Whoa, that's a sick pick. Here you go.
Well, first pick obviously John. And then I was gonna say Kai Lenny.
Whoa, yeah.
Throwing Kai Lenny in there, and then I was thinking to say Billy, but is he surfing it? Where's his knee?
That's an interesting one because he's injured. Or maybe he might be good to surf. Billy's 50-50 at this point.
If he surfs, I would pick John, Kai, and Billy.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going John number one. And then I'm going to go Kai number two. And I'm going to go Koa or Eli number three. And I would pick Billy if he was at 100%.
That's true.
Even if Billy competes, he's so competitive and so aggressive. I think he'll do well, but I don't know if he'll be competing at 100%. So I don't think he's going to make my top three. Eli's flying home from New Zealand right now, and he grew up right next to Waimea. So he has grown up there. It means a lot to him. But Eddie means a lot to everybody. But Eli has like emotional connection, so I could see him just putting blinders on, going on the biggest wave that comes in. That being said, Koa,
And him flying all the way back.
and he flew all the way back for it. So
If
it's
Billy
like
doesn't surf, then Eli's my third pick.
third pick. So you have John, Kai, Eli. Okay.
Pretty much the same thing as you.
Yeah. Well. I was just gonna say, Koa has competed in the Eddie. He knows what Waimea will be like at that size. He's been training at Waimea. He's had several sessions this year, skipping Jaws to surf Waimea. So he's been putting in the time there. He's already competed in one of the Eddies where it was the biggest ever he got into the alternate. But he's backside. And so backside I think is tougher, but also more dramatic, so possibly higher scores there. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go John number one because John is the best surfer in the world, and people forget because he doesn't surf big waves. That carries over into big waves. I've seen him at Jaws. I've seen him at Waimea. He won the Eddie last year, and he honestly just looked way better than everyone. He did what he does in smaller waves or medium waves or even like big haul even stuff. He did that, but he did it at Waimea. So we all picked him number one.
And that last big session, he made it look so easy.
He made it look so easy. But that being said, like the odds are probably not going to be very good on him. Like
True.
what is it called, the over/under?
Yeah.
It probably like wouldn't be a huge reward, but like if you're gonna go, actually Lucas Chumbo's in it.
Chumbo's a savage.
Chumbo's insane.
I have that photo of him from a few years ago, air dropping and sticks it.
Yeah, I know. Shoot. There's a bunch of older guys that are legends in it, but
It's hard to pick because everyone's pretty freaking
there's guys
good.
that have legendariness in it, but you can't. The younger guys are just gonna push it that much harder. So I like Mason as a pick. I just don't know. We'll have to put the odds up so you guys can see them, so you can see the over-unders, and I would base my picks off of that. I would go between John, Kai Lenny, Lucas Chumbo, Mason Ho, and Billy, and then trying to think. I know there's other young guys in it that are super hungry. I can't remember right now, but But out of those odds, out of those guys, I would pick those guys for the best odds on making the most, because that's the gambler I am. I would just be like, look, risk 200 to make 900 or a grand.
Yeah.
I'm picking that versus risking 200 to make $50.
Buying the weekly options.
We're buying next day expiry options, and that's how we're betting on this event. But super excited for it to run. It's the Eddie. It's the most prestigious event in the world for big waves at this point right now, and so it's a major bummer because my broken back situation, spinal situation, it's just, the Eddie ran 9 years ago or whenever it was the biggest, greatest Eddie ever. I was invited every single year since that event, and now they're gonna run it, and they never ran, and now they're gonna run it, and I'm invited, and I'm in, and I was ready to go, and now I'm out due to a back issue. So that fucking sucks, but that's okay. Maybe we'll do something fun, some kind of live stream over it, just on like my brother's heat and Koa's heats, and actually John and Koa are surfing together. That's another thing you want to look at is if you're gonna make bets, before you do, I would look at the heats, because you want to look at those high density heats where you have a lot of young top guys in one heat, because those guys are going to push each other more so than, like, say there's a young guy with a bunch of old guys. He may be the standout of the heat, but is he going to push to the level he would if he has a bunch of other young guys around him? So you want to look at the heat structures and then the odds, and you want to base off of that, I think. But that's my trilogy right there. I think unless John has 2 bad heats with no like slower heats, he's gonna do something crazy. He's gonna get barreled and blown out or do something like that. I think Kai Lenny has the ability to do that. I think Billy has the ability to do that, but not right now because he's injured, and so he's just gonna be looking for that biggest wave to ride out and not necessarily be technical or do something crazy. But and Mason Ho has that, and then Koa.
Mason's going switch foot.
Mason, you saw him in last year's Eddie. He had the biggest wave of the day, and he fell at the bottom, but he was on the biggest wave of the day, so he's definitely a threat. And Koa, Lucas Chumbo, both backside guys. So that's my only thing with them. Backside big wave riding is so much harder. You just can't get the rail in like you can front side. So I don't know. It'll be exciting to see. You guys drop your comments below, drop your picks below, and if you want to bet, we'll put a link in the description. Otherwise, enjoy the event. I'll be on the live stream and I'll be in the chat if you guys want to join. Maybe I'll do something special on my. Most likely, I'll just be in whatever live stream chat there is. So stuck on the sidelines, but thanks for watching. Out.